Okay? Better? Yay. Good evening, everybody. Oh, thank you. It's so nice that the audience is awake. Aren't we lucky that it's such a beautiful evening? Our plans were a little bit touch and go weather-wise last night and this morning, but everything turned out gorgeous, so we are just thrilled to be here. Welcome to the kickoff performance for the Willows of Westboro's Summer Concert Series. This is the Interboro Band. They will be playing a wide variety of music to share with you tonight. My name is Marcia, and I will be your MC. I was a founding member of the Interboro Band over 30 years ago, and I'll tell you more about that later. You've just heard Fairest of the Fair by John Philip Sousa. The Fairest of the Fair is generally regarded as one of Sousa's finest and most melodic marches. and its inspiration came from the sight of a pretty girl with whom he was not even acquainted. It was an immediate success, and it has remained one of his most popular compositions. Next, the band will play El Manto Dorado by Jorge Vargas. El Manto Dorado means the Golden Cape. It's a Spanish march, or a paso doble, by composer Jorge Vargas. This style of march is popular in Spain and Mexico with mariachi groups. It was commonly used in bullfights. The most popular ones were even named after famous bullfighters. El Manto Dorado. The next piece is titled Of Monsters and Men, and it's subtitled 3 Scenes from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Ooh. It's by Randall Standridge. This piece was used in the band's past March concert with the theme of monsters. The band is organized into trimesters. It performs concerts in December, March, and June. This piece is a thrilling adaptation for concert band. Inspired by 3 scenes from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, listeners are transported from the frigid Arctic wasteland to eerie nighttime graveyards and the laboratory where the monster is created. Styled after Gothic soundtracks of classic horror movies, the music creates a pulse-racing drama with the suspense growing into a terrifying climax. Are you prepared to be terrified? Okay, here you go. Suite in E-flat by Gustav Holst. Remember I told you that the band has 3 concerts per year? Yeah, you were listening, right? Okay, good. The next piece is a preview of their December concert, which will feature Holst's work, including Mars and Jupiter from the planets. So if you like what you hear tonight, come back in December. We'd love to have you. This band has come such a long way. In the early days, we had 7 to 10 people at rehearsal each week. And we didn't even have our first concert for a year and a half or 2 years because we just didn't have enough people. The ensemble has grown so much in recent years. Now they have a membership of about 65 musicians. Pretty cool, huh? I'll tell you after the next piece how you can get involved if you're interested. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program, which is Gustav Holst's First Suite in E-flat. This is a real staple of the concert band repertoire. This work is a masterpiece of wind writing, sounding as fresh and original today as it was when it was written back in 1909. The 3-movement work begins with a melody introduced by the low brass. The variations build slowly to the majestic finale. The second movement is marked vivace, which means lively. It's lighter and highlights Holst's skill for writing for woodwinds. The movement ends quietly. The third movement is the march, which weaves together 2 contrasting melodies as it moves toward a powerful conclusion. now for the PR plug portion of the program. Do you play an instrument? Do you know anybody who plays an instrument? The Interboro Community Band is a fun, low-stress community band for people who have lives and jobs. They rehearse at Westboro High School on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. from September to June. If you're interested in further information, you can see any band member after the concert, and they can introduce you to someone that can get you on the mailing list. I just made that up. That can happen, right, band? Okay, good. The next selection is called Kentucky 1800 by Claire Grundman. Kentucky 1800 is based on the tunes of 3 American folk songs, The Promised Land, Cindy, and I'm Sad and I'm Lonely. These melodies are reminiscent of the years that the pioneers were forging westward. The thematic material is treated in great depth and with variety. The work is a band masterpiece, which has long since become a favorite with audiences. Kentucky 1800.
She's really doing a good job. I know. She is. They've been through it. Yeah.
those of you familiar with the Interboro Band, you may notice a little bit of a difference on the podium this evening. Their director, Matt Lefevre, was not able to be with them for the concert tonight. But the band wants to thank him for a great year, and they look forward to seeing him when the band resumes in the fall. Filling in for Matt is Evan Cadaviego. He's usually in the trombone section. Evan also happens to be the composer of our next piece entitled Vanquish. Evan is a former student of Matt's from the Westboro High School Band program. And when he was a senior in high school, he wrote this piece. It was premiered by the Westboro High School Symphonic Band in 2011. Hang on, there's more. The band would like to give a great big thank you to Evan for his work on this concert and for sharing this piece with them. We hope you enjoy this piece, Vanquish. called Adoration by Florence Price. Although Florence Price was a prolific American composer, her race and her gender made it difficult for her contributions to be widely accepted in the decades following her life. A trailblazer, Price is considered the first black woman recognized as a symphonic composer. She was the first to have her music performed by a major American orchestra when the Chicago Symphony Orchestra gave the world premiere of her Symphony No. 1 in 1933. Price's catalog of works boasts an impressive array of symphonies, concertos, chamber music, various symphonic works, choral works, piano music, and music for the organ. In fact, in its original form, Adoration is one of Price's compositions for the organ. Here the band will play a transcription of Adoration by Sheldon R. Williams. comes the guessing game portion of the concert. Guess what kind of music the next three pieces will be. I heard it, patriotic. Oh, such a smart audience. This is the Armed Forces Salute, arranged by Bob Loudon. The piece is a medley of official marches of the United States Armed Forces. They include, for the Army, the caisson song. For the wave flags. All right, now I can see. For the Coast Guard, Semper Paratus. For the U.S. Marine Corps, the Marines Hymn. For the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Air Force. And for the U.S. Navy, Anchors Aweigh. We would like to honor our service members for their service to our country. So we ask any band or audience member who is serving or has served in the armed forces to stand and be recognized or raise a hand when you hear your branch's anthem. have 2 more pieces for you. So to give the band a little rest before they play their 2 pieces in a row, I'm going to talk for a while. First, I want to thank the audience for coming. You have been the most awesome audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'd like to thank the cultural councils of Westboro and Southboro. I'd like to thank Polly Horenstein and the Willows for having us. And don't forget that this is just the first of the Willows Summer Concert Series. They continue every Wednesday here at 7 p.m. throughout the summer. We are going to play America the Beautiful. Here's what I could tell you about America the Beautiful. This music was written by Samuel Ward, and the arrangement is by Carmen Dragon. America the Beautiful is widely regarded as the unofficial national anthem of the United States. Carmen Dragon set the piece for concert band in 1960. But I'm not going to tell you more about that because it's not nearly as interesting as what I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you about the woman who wrote the lyrics. Her name was Catherine Lee Bates, and she even has a local connection. Did you know that? No. Okay, I hear a lot of no's, but I bet there's some yeses out there too. Thank you, Google. Poet Catherine Lee Bates wrote about her inspiration for writing America the Beautiful, the poem that would evolve into one of the nation's best-loved patriotic songs, during a trip to Pikes Peak in 1893. Bates was born in Falmouth, and she was a professor at Wellesley College. She had traveled west to teach a summer course in Colorado Springs. Bates and the other Wellesley professors decided to celebrate the close of the session by a merry expedition to the top of Pikes Peak. They made their ascent by prairie wagon. At the top, Bates later wrote that she was inspired by the sea-like expanse of fertile country under those ample skies, and the opening lines of the hymn just floated into my mind. Here are the lyrics she originally wrote. Here we go. Catherine Lee Bates wrote them in 1893 before she revived the lyrics that you know today. Oh, beautiful for halcyon skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the enameled plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, till souls wax fair as earth and air and music-hearted sea. Bates' patriotic words were soon set to music by composer Samuel A. Ward. So I told you this would be the next to last piece. I'm not going to tell you what the last one's going to be. You'll have to listen. It's going to be a surprise. But I'm also told that this arrangement of America the Beautiful is different from what you're used to, so you may have a little trouble if you try to sing along. Thank you again for joining us. We have been so thrilled to have you all here.